Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
West Fargo School District is moving closer to bringing students back to the classroom full-time.
It's been the goal since the start of the pandemic. Valley News Team's Courtney Lockey explains what needs to happen for local districts to reverse the decision.
A lot of parents like Jesse Foss are itching to get the kids back to school full-time. Bismarck Public Schools on Thursday became the first large district in the state to reverse its course, bringing grades K through 5 back inside full-time.
The disadvantages of our kids not being in school outweigh the advantages.
And schools understand, but the desire isn't the driving force behind the decision.
I don't envy the people who have to make that decision.
Valley News Live has learned that West Fargo is considering making the move to full-time face-to-face learning, though they didn't specify for what ages. School leaders are meeting with health officials to see if it's a viable option.
Mine goes 2 days a week right now, and she didn't even want to do that because, like I said, her dad and uncle have health problems.
Not all parents and districts are at that point. Fargo Public Schools continue to follow a Sept plan. Before students can come back, the number of new cases per 10,000 people needs to be between 10 and 19 in Cass County.
I'm a little jealous. I hope that Fargo follows suit.
For more information on what guides the learning approach for Fargo and West Fargo, you can visit our website. In Fargo, Courtney Lockey, Valley News Live.
We asked you to weigh in online. 62.5% of people who responded say they would send their children back full-time if given the chance. 37.5% say not yet.
Let's shift gears to the weather now, and let's find out when that rain is going to be letting up. Hutch is here now early. When can we expect that to move on, Hutch?
Mike, for some of us, it will be during the overnight hours, and others won't see it exit until midday or beyond tomorrow. But here is what we are noticing, that we do have some clear skies and seeing stars in Devil's Lake right now, where the impact of this system is going to be the lowest up to the north and west of Fargo and out to Grand Forks. Nothing going on there. Had a pass of showers move through Grand Forks up toward Roseau. This is actually raining. It's underneath the radar beams at this height, so it'll continue to push northward. Another batch here moving through the Central Valley and up into northern Clearwater County, and more just to the south of the FM area. So we do have showers in New Fulton heading up into Roseau County. Here's another batch that'll be pushing up into central parts of Cass County right now. And look at Fergus Falls and Lakes Country. A smattering of moderate to heavy showers making its way through. Again, moving north to south at 30 miles per hour. This heavier band is going to head into Castleton. We'll see more here in the Fargo-Moorhead area. By the way, you guys, rainfall amounts up to this point around 1/2 inch, where you see these dark blue colors out there, and more on the way overnight. Your forecast in just a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Hutch. A convoy of tractors is on its way to St. Paul. The Rocks and Cows convoy is headed to Minnesota's capital for a protest tomorrow morning. Their message to lawmakers and Governor Tim Walz is more freedom for Minnesotans during the global pandemic.
All 4 former Minneapolis police officers charged in the death of George Floyd were in court today. Prosecutors asking that they be tried together because the evidence and charges against them are similar, and multiple trials could traumatize witnesses and Floyd's family. Defense attorneys want separate trials, saying, among other things, that evidence against one officer could negatively impact another. Before the hearing, a few dozen protesters gathered in front of the courthouse. An attorney for one of the officers indicated Floyd was overdosing on fentanyl when they arrived.
I want to be clear about this. The only overdose that killed George Floyd was an overdose of excessive force and racism by the Minneapolis Police Department.
The judge did not rule on any of the motions today.
A local mom is coming forward to share the story of her son, Brandon Enderly. He was killed in a bicycle car crash last week in Grand Forks. Lynn Enderly says he was in the surgical critical care unit for 6 days before he died. She wants Brandon to be remembered for his loving heart, his passion for bike riding, and goofy personality.
I always want everybody to remember him and think of the joy that he's brought to a lot of people in his life.
No charges have been filed. You can stay up to date with the latest by downloading our Valley News Live app.
A local business with a large following on social media has been targeted by hackers. Power Plate Meals no longer has access to its 15,000 Instagram followers. The hacker apparently used the business's gift card giveaway to target customers. Valley News Team's Devin Fry explains.
For any business, I wouldn't wish this upon anyone.
A local meal prepping company with a massive social media following has now lost access to a major portion of it. Power Plate Meals was hacked this week, meaning their Instagram account is now being held hostage.
Our account is completely frozen and we don't have access to it. So it's just been, a little tricky trying to kind of balance all that and see if there's any way that we can get our Instagram account back.
According to the owners, this all started when they followed a link which they believed to be from Instagram itself, which gave the hacker access to their Instagram page, which, as you can see here, is now listed as user not found. Now, there were over 15,000 followers on their Instagram page, which they no longer have access to. In addition to the Instagram account being hacked by a user in Turkey, a gift card giveaway on Power Plate's Facebook page was also hijacked. This time an imposter page with the exact same username and picture was made, which told followers they won only to try and collect personal information and, in one case, one customer's credit card info. The owners were quickly alerted to the fake account by numerous customers.
Just having people that knew it wasn't us and knew our brand, it was just awesome having such a huge support within our customers.
Hokum says that the hacker reached out to her and her husband to demand Bitcoin in exchange for the Instagram account's return, which they said they will not be doing. The company now begins the long process of reclaiming their stolen account.
I'm being very hopeful that we'll get our account back the way that it was. If we don't, I'm just hopeful that all of our customers and the people that support us can kind of help us, share our business again and help us get back going from where we were before.
Reporting in Fargo, Devin Fry, Valley News Live.
Power Plate also has 41,000 followers on its Facebook page, which has not been compromised.
The pandemic is forcing changes at next week's West Fest event in West Fargo. The parade and street dance are canceled. The farmers market, virtual scavenger hunt, and Taste of West Fargo event are still scheduled, along with several free events on Cheyenne Street. For more information, go to valleynewslive.com.
North Dakota's latest COVID-19 numbers include 244 new cases, along with 4 more deaths. The overall death toll in North Dakota stands at 164. The positivity rate has dropped to 4.3%. Minnesota is reporting 484 confirmed cases of COVID-19, along with 13 new deaths. Nearly 1,900 deaths have been attributed to the disease. More than 75,000 people have recovered.
It's been 19 years since 9/11, and North Dakota National Guard leaders say they carry the heartbreak of that day with them every day. The attack had a huge impact on recruitment, with 75% of the current force enlisting following the tragedy. One of those is Sergeant Tessa Hogan. She was in college the day the Twin Towers fell and says that moment inspired her to enlist in 2006.
It's just something that's always hanging out there in the back of your mind. What happened to all those people? What happened to our country?
Hogan took a short break to be with her children, but rejoined her current position in 2019.
Still ahead tonight on Valley News Live at 10. On this anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks, COVID concerns restrict the way some families were able to remember the victims.
And we're closing out a rather cool work week with some passing showers. More moving through Cass and Clay County shortly. Lakes Country will see quite a bit of rain overnight. Your details in the hour-by-hour forecast is coming up next.